In this video, I'm doing it again. I'm taking another design from Redbubble, this one right here, and I'm gonna level it up. I'm gonna use some design techniques, some things that I would do to change it, to make it just a little bit better, and hopefully get some sales on Redbubble or any other pod site. Let's go. Thanks for joining me on this video. My name is Juno with Detour Shirts. I've been designing and selling t-shirts online since 2005, and my channel is all about helping you to learn how to design and sell t-shirts online. If that's something you want to learn how to do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see all my videos. So in this video, I'm doing it again. You may have seen this video that I did recently, this one right here, about leveling up a design. I had so many good comments on that one, I decided to do it again. So this time I'm going to do it with a different Redbubble design. This is from a different Redbubble seller that reached out to me over DM on Instagram. So everything is all good there. I'm going to show you step by step on what I would do to level this design up and some of the things that I would do differently. I'm going to do it all in Affinity Designer, just like I did the last one. And I'm going to do different techniques in this one that I didn't do in the last one. So you're going to want to see both if you haven't seen the first one already. You don't have to see the first one first, but there's lots of good techniques in both of these. So you're going to want to stay till the end to see the final product and see the differences. I'm going to show a before and after on that. So lots to see in this video. Let's get started by going into Affinity Designer right now. So here I am in Affinity Designer. I pulled up the design. This is the original one right here. You can see we got the text, and I have it on t-shirt, so you can see right here. We got some watermarks here from Redbubble, which is nice, so you can't copy these, or it's harder for you to copy these anyway. And you can see there's some good things about this design. First thing I would like to say, it's easy to read. We have some text here that's real easy to read. That's one thing that's good about this. A lot of times people put text in there that's like the fonts that are really hard to read. So this is pretty easy. We can see it says on Sunday we brunch, but I'm just here for the mimosas. So real easy. They're using size for interest, right? Not just making every font the same size, every text the same size. You can see this is bigger than this, and this is smaller than that, and so on. So that gives it some interest, and they also have graphics with some color. So that's really good too. That helps kind of draw the eye to the t-shirt. So even though this is a pretty good design, I'm going to try and make it just a little bit better by using some other graphic techniques that I've learned along the way. So using these techniques won't guarantee that it's going to sell, but I think it will give you a better chance, or this person a better chance to make a sale if someone's looking for this. If they're looking for this trend, this topic, this niche or niche, right? So let me show you the first thing that I'm going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the fonts. Now, I did say in the beginning that this font is pretty good, and it is good for readability. I just don't have this font, and I want the brunch part to be cursive, handwritten. There's a lot of good script fonts out there. I just picked one right here. These are the fonts I'm using. So to replace this font, just because I don't have it, I'm using Veneer Clean. You can see it's a sans serif, just like this, no serifs, right? Just nice and easy to read. And then this script font right here that I'm using is called Grand Hotel. You can find both of these on myfonts.com if you want to follow along and do the same thing, but you don't have to do these fonts. I'm just using a script font and a sans serif font. That's it. So there's lots of good script fonts. Like I said, I just picked one. So if you look online for a lot of brunch t-shirts, you'll notice that a lot of them have handwritten script fonts. So that's what I'm trying to do, trying to get the same kind of feeling for this niche, right? So that's all I did here. I just added this script font and these other fonts. Because I didn't have the font that was already here, I'm using Veneer Clean. So you can see just that is just making just a little bit better. I moved things in closer to not giving as much space here with this font, and I think it looks just a little bit better. It reads a little bit better, and brunch kind of stands out, right? Because it's a handwritten font, and that's kind of what we're talking about. We're talking about on Sunday we brunch, and we're here for the mimosa. So both of those two words are kind of the big bold words here. I could have made mimosas in a script font too, but it just didn't look right, so I just left brunch as a script font. Depending on your script font, you can put that too, you know, brunch and mimosas in script. So that's step one in this. I'm just changing the fonts, and you can see fonts make a big difference on a design. So the next step that I'm going to do here is we're gonna add some interest. So you can see one thing that I did to add interest is to kind of curve this text. So instead of just having a straight text that says on Sunday, I'm gonna arc it. And it's real easy to do. You can see all I did was draw a oval right here and do some text on it. So I'm gonna show you live how to do it. Draw an oval right here. I'm gonna just switch the line so you can see, and then just, you see how this turns into a T with a squiggly line under it. That's when you click it, and then do on Sunday. Make sure you have the right font. I think I have Veneer Clean on here, right? And then move these triangles there, and then make sure that this is in the center align, boom. And then you can make this as big as you want, you know, changing the size here, right here, bigger or smaller, whatever you need, right? I think I did mine 48. What did I do mine? 68 on this one. So just kind of match it in. Just match it with the size that you want to make everything else, right? You don't want it too big or too small. You want brunch to still be the bigger thing, but on Sunday, easy to read. And the next thing I added was these right here. They're just rectangles, so super easy, right? You go to the rectangle tool, kind of just draw like that, make it black and move this around, right? And all I did was make it the same size as the E right here, just to fill in that space. You saw that there's a space here on the left and the right. Just filling that space with, you know, a rectangle. It could be anything. You could put stars there. You could put orange slices there. That would be cool too. So I'm just filling that space with something. I thought real easy rectangle, right? We have the rectangle tool. Could put stars or hearts or whatever it is. But I'm trying to make sure that the focus is on the brunch here. So I didn't want to overload it with graphics right now. The graphics are going to be right here, so your eye goes there instead. But you could do whatever you want. So that's what I'm going to do for adding interest, just super simple, arc and rectangle. So the next thing I'm going to do to help level this design up is I'm going to shorten the saying. So the reason why you want a short saying instead of a long saying, and this isn't always the case, but most of the time you want a shorter saying, and that is because when you're wearing a t-shirt, you want people to get the joke really quickly, especially if it's something funny. They look at it, if they can get it within 3 seconds, then it's great. But if they have to stay there and kind of read it, and especially if the text is smaller, it's going to take longer for someone to get the joke, right? So especially if you're walking past really quickly, right? So that's the idea. You're almost like a walking billboard at that point. So just like you do for billboards, you want something really quick and easy. You don't want billboards that have long text on it, right? Because when you're driving by and looking at the billboard, if it takes you more than 3 seconds to get it, you're passed by and you're not going to even learn about what the billboard had to say. So same idea on t-shirts. You want to have shorter sayings, and that goes for the most part. There's some that make sense for longer sayings. There's some with lots of different words in there and stuff, but that's usually not the rule. That's just the exception to the rule. So if you can, unless it's something that if this saying is a trend saying, and I don't think it is. I looked on Amazon and Redbubble, and I don't think this full phrase is trending. I know brunch t-shirts are a big topic, but this full phrase, I'm guessing that the person who made this actually made this phrase up. So I don't think it's too bad that we shorten it. And we still have the same idea, right? On Sundays, we brunch with mimosas. I don't have to say, but I'm here for the mimosas. I think with mimosas still gets the idea across. Let me know if you don't think that's right, but that's what I'm going to do. And that way we can see real quickly brunch mimosas, right? And of course we have the drawing right here. So when you're walking by and you see, oh, brunch mimosas, oh, picture, perfect. I know what we're talking about, okay? So I took the same font right here. This is the Grand Hotel font, and I just kind of gave it a tweak, just made it slanted, and then put an underline under it just to give it that little extra interest, right? And to match this line right up here too. So on Sundays, we brunch with mimosas, and I think that just reads a little better, and it kind of pushes things down. It's not as tall. I know we say it should be a tall rectangle. This is still a tall rectangle. We don't want it super tall. We just want it a little taller than it is wide, and it's still doing that. And I think it works. I think it still gives some breathing room, and we can get the idea quickly. So this is something you may want to look at when you're doing your designs, is to shorten your sayings just to give it that little extra oomph. So the next thing I'm gonna do to level up this design is to use the right graphic. Now these graphics are great, but I don't think these are mimosas. These are different drinks. So when I do a search, a Google search for mimosas, this is what I see right here. They're usually served in a champagne glass, and that's because mimosas are champagne with orange juice. At least I think so. I don't drink mimosas, but that's what I learned on the internet. So I'm gonna use champagne glasses here. And a quick way to do that is just to trace one of these champagne glasses here. So you can't trace everything off the internet, but I think we're gonna be okay because champagne glasses are pretty generic, right? It's like tracing a spoon or a fork or something like that. So I think it's okay to do a trace on things that are pretty generic. And if you have champagne glasses at home, you could take a picture of a champagne glass and trace it there. So here it is. I'm gonna show you how I do it. I'm gonna just zoom in here and just take the pen tool right here. And I'm just gonna make this straight, even though there's a roundness to it, but I'm gonna go around here like this and just real easy, right? Right there. So I'm gonna go around here. And again, this is a champagne glass. It's fine that you trace stuff like that. You can't trace, you know, a Ferrari car or a Mustang or a VW bus or things like that, because those are not generic stuff. Those are name brands, those things. You can't trace somebody's face because that's copyrighted, that's their thing. So there's a lot of things that you can't trace, but I think for a glass, a champagne glass, there's basically, you know, a certain type of glass. It's very generic. I think we'll be fine tracing this champagne glass, so don't worry about that. Let's make this black here, and you can see what I did. And I'll delete this here, and this is how I got the glass right there. So I put the two glasses in there, and then of course it's champagne with orange juice. So what I did is did this orange part here. You can see it's all just points. This is just a path, and then I use the circles here for the bubbles. So you can do as many bubbles or as little bubbles as you want. You know, just if you want more bubbles, just put it like this. More bubbles. Pretty cool, right? Really easy. I'm just like, if you want to see how to do it here, just go like that. This can be your champagne right here. Of course, I'm going a little fast here, but you know, that's how I filled it, and then colored it orange with the circles. So super easy. You can draw your own. If not, you want to go find graphics that are in a champagne glass and do that. And then the other things I did, you probably seen my other video that did this. These are the diamond shapes that I showed on my other video, and these are just circles. So real easy to do this one too. Just a square with the stroke around it, and do the corner concave, right? And then do more like 50%. So there you go. Super easy. So that's what I did. I just changed used the right graphic, which I think it should be a champagne glass. Those that drink mimosas, let me know if I'm right. At least that's what the internet told me. So that's what I have, 2 champagne glasses full of mimosas with some diamonds or some stars around here. So you want to use the right graphic if you can, especially if you're talking about something super specific. If this just said, I'm here for the drinks, then these are fine. But mimosas are specific drinks, so they should be a specific graphic. So keep that in mind when you're doing your designs. So the last thing that I'm gonna do for this design is to convert it so that it works on a black t-shirt. So the reason why I wanna put it on a black t-shirt is black t-shirts are the t-shirts that sell the most. The black is the most selling color, the t-shirt that people like to buy over the holidays, or dark t-shirts too. So this should work on a black or dark t-shirt. And you can see the thing that I just did was I changed everything to white. They're still the same things right here. One thing that I did do different on a black t-shirt is to make the champagne glass white. So you can see instead of having a white outline, I made the whole thing white. I think it just stands out a little bit better. You can see if I did the white outline, it would look like that, and it would look like it's a black glass, and that just doesn't look the best. So I'm gonna change that back to white there. So you can see same fill and everything, but everything else is white. So now this can work as a different color background. So let's say we had a, you know, that kind of color background. That looks really cool, right? We can do a blue background. Let's see what it looks like with the other colors. There's gray, you know, green, blue, like a dark blue. That looks really cool too. I really like that red though. That red looks cool, but it can work on any of those colors, right? But that's why you want to do it on a black t-shirt so that it will look nice on the darker colored t-shirts as well. And I just use white because white just works with a lot of different colors. So you can see here, this will work with a lot of different colors. I don't have to worry like if I put in an orange here instead of the white, then it's only going to work on certain colors. So that's why I use white a lot for these. So that is it. That's the final product. So let's take a look at before and after. I know I have right here is before and here's after, but I'm going to show you on t-shirts what it looks like. So here's the before and after on the t-shirt. You can see here, this t-shirt is kind of long, right? It's big up here and the design kind of gets lost a little bit. And it's smaller, harder to read right here because it says, but I'm just here for the mimosa. So when people are looking through the t-shirts, it's kind of harder to read. But here, I'm making it just a little bit easier to read. We shortened the phrase, right? We got the right graphics here. I got the white on the black. Most people will buy black over white. And I think it works good for both men and women. Here's another view of it. This one's kind of hard to see with the width right here, but here's more of a straight on view, the same girl wearing the t-shirt on Redbubble. So these are on Redbubble right here. I think this will help it just a little bit better than this one. This is my level up of this design. Let me know in the comments if you think this is a nice level up on this one and what you would do differently. I'm sure there's lots of different ways that I could have gone on this one, lots of different fonts I could have used and graphics and things like that. So let me know in the comments what you would do on this one. So hopefully this video is really helpful for you to see kind of how I'm thinking of doing t-shirts and use some of the same things that I showed in this video to level up your designs. So that is it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully this video was super helpful for you. If it was, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That really helps in the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed already, make sure to hit that subscribe button that I have right here in the corner. That way you can see all my videos. So before I leave, I wanted to leave with a question of the day, and the question of the day is this. What are some script fonts that you like? Leave those in the comments. I use Grand Hotel in this video. There's lots of other script fonts. I really like Thirsty Rough. That's one of the other ones is my go-to. Let me know what your go-to script fonts, and if you want to see more script fonts in a video, maybe that would be cool too. So leave those in the comments. Thanks again so much for watching, and if you want to see more videos on how to design t-shirts and that video about how I leveled up another design, click on these videos right here. And as always guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.